Improving the balance, strength, and endurance in your rotator cuff is so important to reducing shoulder injury risk, but it's also important to help improve golf swing rotation. But another thing that's important is being able to upwardly rotate your scapula. So what do I mean by that? Upward rotation of your scapula would be, if you have a shoulder position like this, you can easily move it into a position like that, right? You're upwardly rotating your scapula. Now, why is that important? Because when you can upwardly rotate your scapula, you're creating more range of motion in your shoulder, but you're also putting a little more room in your shoulder joint so that you're not going to impinge the soft tissue in your shoulder joint. And since the golf swing is such a high velocity, high force rotation, when you're creating more than normal impingement in your shoulder joint, it's more likely that you're going to have fraying and tearing of that soft tissue in the shoulder joint, and that's going to create pain and injury. So we don't want to do that. So we want to have balance, strength, and endurance in our rotator cuff, and we also want to be able to upwardly rotate our scapula. So in the next video, we're going to use a basic rotator cuff exercise and combine that with rotation so that we can also improve the strength in our lower trapezius. And our lower trapezius muscle is a muscle that helps improve upward rotation of your scapula. So let's get started. To help improve your shoulder range of motion and also avoid shoulder injuries, we want to improve the balance, strength, and endurance of our rotator cuff muscles. And we also want to be able to upwardly rotate the scapula. Now, a muscle that helps upwardly rotate the scapula is a lower trapezius. So in this next exercise, we're going to work on improving our rotator cuff strength, endurance, and balance with a basic rotator cuff external rotation exercise, but we're going to add rotation to that, and that's going to help improve the strength in our lower trapezius. Now, to do this exercise, you need some type of pulley system like I have in the door. There are plenty of options at a gym, or you can simply have a band with a handle on it. Now, I have a band with a handle attached to this pole. A basic external rotation exercise for your rotator cuff would look like this. So we have our elbow at 90 degrees, our arm is up, parallel to the ground, and I'm just going to externally rotate. So that's a basic exercise for your rotator cuff. But we're going to add a couple of things to this. So I'm going to add a pull. So now I'm pulling it into that starting position. Then I'm going to go into external rotation, and I'm going to rotate. So I pull, externally rotate, and rotate. Now when I'm doing this, I don't want to crank my shoulder all the way back. I'm keeping my arm in the plane of motion that I started. Okay, so I'm not then trying to crank it back. I'm simply doing the rotator cuff exercise, keeping it in this plane of motion, and then just rotating. The rotation, along with helping rotation, also improves the strength in your lower trap. So once again, you're going to do a pull into an external rotation and then rotate, keeping in that plane of motion. It's a great exercise to help with rotation, but it's also excellent to improve the strength of your lower trapezius. That's going to help upward rotation in your scapula, and it improves the strength in your rotator cuff. Thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful. And if you'd like to learn more about golf training hacks, our courses, and our online coaching programs, check out golftraininghacks.com.